Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kaguya, where I am on tenterhooks, because I don't know if the companies at large are still out to get me. So I'm going to have to be slightly, careful going forward. And so hopefully you're enjoying the new style of video here. And if it still gets people angry, then it's going to have to change dramatically. Either way, in the previous episode we we wished farewell to one of many people's favourite characters, Ishigami, because it is pretty clear that, he doesn't have long to live. He kind of dug his own grave and didn't stop digging. Maybe we'll see him the next time he pops out the other side of the world. But it's definitely fun to see how all of these characters interact, and if they'll actually advance at all in their interpersonal relationships. I'm not holding too much hope, though. But let's see. And yes, for some reason in my mind, the beginning of that, where it's saying Mr., is now conflated with the little ditty from The Witcher. So, yay. I've got both songs running simultaneously. Considering that we found out about Kaguya's maid as a student at this school, are we going to see more of her coming up in the general school life? I would like to assume that, like any good employee, she would want to spend as little time as possible around her employer while she's got the time to not be at work. Okay. It's probably not a thing that occurs all that too often over in Britain of how the schools help each other out, but nice hair ornament. I like to understand the reasoning of why it would be considered rude, but that name. It is. And she is enthralled with her immediately, and apparently it's easier to talk to her than it would be the actual president. Yeah, I don't think that's exactly how things went. On whose on whose command though, actually, thinking about it. Who cares? Getting your name out there, but also I almost thought someone had actually shot an arrow. But you're getting in through the back door there, are you? Making friends with the sister to get close to. But is she as easy to get through if her brother is like he is. Run! I'm guessing that's Yep, Ishigami. Of course, you get him to help with the actual. Yeah, your plan failed. Get the one that's actually the treasurer to help out with the numbers. Does she not have just the president to contend with now? She also has to think about how she can beat the sister. Metaphorically, not physically. Is that her real hair colour? Because that is how life works. Well, yeah. Yeah, which one? And what's happening in the real world while she's having this little delusion? Oh no. And you've already got that kind of rapport with Chica. Oh no! Your sister thing might. The title might go to another. Oh no. There's more of her. Not sure how I feel about this. Well, I think Kaguya there is coming to some conclusions that are unfounded there, but oh well. Yeah, like I thought, her title was forfeit. And she has acclimatized herself to failure on this account. And the saviour, you changed your tune quickly. Won't she be confused about this complete shift? Because you're not usually this close. Well, considering who could have been involved, he would be interested in how it went. Why is she blushing? We'll say. So she left an impression on her at least, and was that an older sister? Still haven't learned to whistle. For example, it's not difficult. I think I was about 6. He's advising people not to study? There are lots of different scores there. I'm guessing it's for the entire school, not just him. Yeah, yeah. But is he the kind of person to get in the way of other people to make himself look better? So they're both giving advice which they don't take themselves. She has yet to ascend to this type of, I don't know what I'm talking about, battle. Is he not good at tests? They all are, probably apart from Chica, because oh no. Apart from the failing grades, this was basically how I went through it. Yep. She doesn't play games though, so different people learn in different ways. So yes. How beneficial? And meditate, I guess. Poor girl. I hope you feel terrible. Yep. She gets drawn down by people around her. But she is the innocent bystander that is caught up in all of these attacks. Hmm. What were some of those posters? True, panicking never really helps in a situation. Especially when you stress yourself out about scores. Now, this is just a direct reference, at least for me, back to Red Dwarf and how Rimmer takes his studies. If you haven't seen Red Dwarf, it's an old British comedy, and I love it. When I say old, it's like 1980s, 90s. That's a lot of mechanical pencil lead. She sees it as a mountain. He sees it as that stairs. I wonder if that's representable in any way. I'm pretty sure I'd be like in the 80th percent. Is that the right way around it's going? Near the top, but nowhere near top 15 or whatever. Throwing tantrums, are we? she shouldn't be so distraught if it is 4 years running. There's been quite a lot. There's been quite a lot of deceit. I hope she gets paid overtime for this. And how is that helping watering the plants? 101st. Ah, poor girl. Oh no, Ishigami. So he's one of the students that is on the very verge. And is part of the student council. Wow. Kind of strict, but then again, for a school like that, they've got to keep up their standards, so. Yep, see. So him falling behind would affect her. Can't have that now, can we? I usually do my best kind of work when other people are relying on me. Because they force me to actually do work. She's not, but yes. Probably. Hopefully, this is in his imagination. But I wouldn't put it past him trying to escape, and this is actual reality. Force him to study. Which might actually be the worst outcome of this situation. I guess under the fear of death. I don't know. Would it be helpful or not? Blip blopping device. Oh. The fear and anxiety probably won't help him memorizing information, but. Sardines. Okay, good, but. No. No, that's not. No wonder he's failing, if that's the conclusion he got. Glimpses of intelligence. It's like talking about a chimp. Now, it's not just he needs to pass for his own sake. He if he fails, it's definitely his life is forfeit. Yes. Yeah, she's not mad. She's just disappointed. Just actually study, please, please, Ishigami. She's trying to help. In her own way, she's trying to help. What kind of image of her did you have? Well, we all know what image he had. Oh no. Is this gonna get back? Oh, that was harsh. Yeah, I wonder after having overhearing these kind of comments, he's gonna have. Oh, and having a history, he's gonna have self-confidence issues. I was actually on the receiving end of overhearing comments like that in high school, which was nice. Luckily, I didn't care, so. It must be nice having someone to stick up for you, especially someone as apparently, to him, incredibly scary, and to them, an idol of the school, essentially. Hmm. After all of this, he better not fail. It's a bit much saying pass, not fail, is what he's aiming for. I liked how they differently celebrate being past all the tests. Did he do? He passed. That's all you asked of him. But by her standards, yes, 41 is barely pass. So the average would be what, 80 something? Because it's half of average. Yeah, she tries her best at quite a few things. Ooh, some 30s in there. You do realise you're saying this out loud and within earshot, right, Mr. President? He, okay, cool. Thanks for that little flashback image of what Ishigami looked like in middle school, but he doesn't look anything strange. If you're gonna say that he's got this past of whatever, however it was put forward, and then you show a pretty average-looking person, I wasn't really exposed to anyone in high school failing. I don't think anyone I knew at all, even like acquaintance level, failed. But then again, we were segregated, so the truly uh, the people with very little latent talent slash potential to actually do well were kept far away from everyone else. So the only time I did come across those people was in school fights, and they were almost, well, not even almost, just they were unanimously instigated by the other side. I remember back in high school, whenever I complained about it, I always got the same kind of blanket response, which would be, enjoy it while you can, because your school days would be the happiest days of your life. I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, considering I've got this computer, internet, anime, and I think that's all I need. Of course, with the present being the Ichiban Gakusei. I don't believe I got that even close. The number one student of the school there, 4 years running, is kind of impressive. I remember there were about 4 people that were all jostling around at the top trying to beat each other. It wasn't held for very long by any one person. I don't really think I helped myself either, because the classes where I was really excelling, I didn't take as any options or do anything about or go further with them. Maybe if I'd actually taken the teacher's advice and pursued drama and acting, I would be in these kind of things rather than watching them and commenting them on the internet. Might have been a misstep, but then again, plus seeing the caliber of some of these people, yeah, there's no way. I'm starting to think my high school just wasn't that good, if they considered me as being above adequate. And so, yes, if you're in education, or if you've just recently left education, or if you just want to moan and decry what you had to go through, let me know down below in the comment section. What was your most enjoyable moment from schooling? I would ask for your least enjoyable, but I don't really want to dredge up past traumas, so let's ignore that one. And you've got to give it to Ishigami. He tried. Granted, he probably didn't have long to study. He's not exactly going to excel immediately if he just doesn't understand and grasp the content. Plus, book studying never worked for me anyway. It's not how I grasp things. Maybe he'll find something in the future to help him actually learn. And I did enjoy Kaguya crying into the maid's shoulder near the end there. The extra little bit there because she didn't beat him in the scores. Anyway, if you've enjoyed them, please let me know. 3 ways to do so. Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Although I really hope that this video isn't struck down either, so yeah. Everyone out there who has evil in your hearts, leave me alone! Hopefully that worked. We'll see. Anyway, get yourself some rest. I'll see you in the next one. My absolutely terrible content wouldn't be possible without all of you, and I really do appreciate it. If you wish to join this list of absolute insert complimentary adjective here people, then head over onto Patreon and help me out a little, keep me fed for another day. Of course, the absolute madman that he is, I have to give it to Flawed Otaku. It's getting easier to stretch those instant noodles throughout the month. I really do appreciate it. So thank you.